This is a short introduction video for the Guitarist Palette Volume 1 Diatonic Scales, which is a complete method, study log, diatonic scale encyclopedia, and study philosophy designed to help you map the colors of the fretboard in any harmonic context. In this video, I won't be going into detail about specific exercises and practice tips, but instead giving a brief overview of the book, what you can get out of it, and how it can be used. It is also worth noting that while I do plan on writing an introductory book for beginners, guitarists using this volume should be familiar with certain concepts such as major and minor tonalities, scale degrees, modes, and other basic harmonic concepts. If these concepts are foreign to you, then I do not suggest that you buy this book unless you plan to seek additional study on the side or have a teacher to help you out. Basically, the Guitarist Palette method gives you a system that can be used to locate various tones or colors on the fretboard in a harmonic context. In the end, you should be able to find any note that you want in any position. Let's start off with 7 basic shapes that can be discovered in the open position of the fretboard. Most people know caged, C, A, G, E, and D, which correspond nicely with the 5 basic open chords. However, that leaves out 2 important shapes, B and F, which I'll get to in a second. First, instead of looking to those 5 basic open chords, we can see a more complete system by looking at what major scales are possible in the open position. Instead of the A chord, let's take a look at the A major scale. Next, B, which is left out of the cage system. C, D, E, F, which is also left out of the cage system, and G. Now, if we start each one of those shapes starting on G, then we can find 7 positions of the G major scale, which takes us over the entire fingerboard. Shape A, go down 1 position, shape B, go down 1 position, shape C, go down 1 position, shape D, down 1 position, shape E, down 1 position, shape F, down 1 position, shape G, back to home. In addition, it is also possible to play all 7 modes in 1 position, in contrast to playing 1 mode in 7 positions. Each shape can be converted into each mode, for example by lowering the 3rd and 7th degrees for A Dorian. Back in 3rd position, we can see A Dorian lies inside of the G Ionian shape E with shape F. Notice that it is exactly the same shape as our open position F scale, moved up to the 5th fret with a lowered 3rd and a lowered 7th. The same can be applied to the rest of the modes. B Phrygian, C Lydian, D Mixolydian, F sharp Locrian, back to G major. Apply that same idea to the 7 positions of G major and you have all 7 modes in all 7 positions. Eventually, it is just a matter of 7 times 7, which makes 49 possibilities for any key. 7 modes in 7 different positions. While that may seem daunting at first, patterns begin to emerge and it becomes easier and easier to pull these shapes out. You may become so good at finding these scales that you play new scales without any problem on your first attempt, even if you've never played them before. In the second section of this video, I'll explain what I call the 4-step method. Many guitarists will learn a scale and stop there, or some will take it a step further and work on some patterns. But it is very important not just to know what a scale looks like, but what each note is in the scale, how it functions, and more importantly, how it's going to sound before you play it. Even guitarists that are thought to be free of theoretical studies seem to know this. You can find videos of B.B. King, for example, talking about tonics, ninths, 4 chords, and so on. The 4-step method guides the guitarist through exercises to help internalize what notes are in the chord and what notes are not. Here is a quick overview using a single string A major scale for a clear example. Step 1. Play the scale up and down. Playing the chord tones only. Step 2. Approaching the chord tones from the adjacent tension and resolve to that chord tone, first from above and from below. Step 3. Then from below. And for the final step, we're going to surround the chord tones with the tensions on both sides, first from above and below, then from below and above. Here's above and below. And finally, below and above. I have had a lot of success with this method, and have had advanced students that have gone on to great things both professionally and academically, all the way to beginning students as young as 6 years old utilize this system for studying scales. The reason it seems to work so well is that you are constantly associating the idea of tension and resolution, or dissonance and consonance, to both the chord tones and the tensions. Every time you play a tension, you resolve it. In actual real-life playing, of course, you don't have to. But the idea that you know you are going to be playing a note that is a basic triadic chord tone versus a tension gives you more control over your melodic and harmonic ideas. Additionally, with enough study, you can virtually find whatever note you need in any position of the neck at any time. For example, if you want to hear the pretty sound of that natural 9 in Doran while playing in the key of E flat in 7th position, you can find F here with the B shape, and the 9 here, and 9 here. Over time, the idea is to be able to play melodic and harmonic ideas at the speed of your inspiration. To study these technical ideas and concepts in the practice room, where you have time to think so that when you are playing music, you don't have to think about them at all, and just let the music happen. This can greatly improve your reading skills, your composition skills, your ability to play back ideas or learn music by ear, on top of improvisation. There are other areas of study that are covered in the Guitarist palette, such as superimposition, for example. In addition, there are practice tips, philosophies on studying music and musical training, review sections, and areas for you to track your progress. It's also worth reminding you that the Guitarist palette can be studied from cover to cover, or you can bounce around from section to section to suit your interest and needs. In the future, I'll be creating videos which will be available for free to anyone to supplement the exercises in this book. If you want to be notified of new videos, please sign up to be on the mailing list at theguitaristpalette.com. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this book. You'll find a link on this page to take you to where you can purchase it, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me personally at info@theguitaristpalette.com, or leave a question in the comment section of this video.